I've cut basically 2.5 rings on each of these. So it'll end up being like a 4.5 stack. And so I just started it out by just basically using these cool little 8/0 seed beads I have. I'm actually trying to use them up. And I've just alternated them with the dyed Jade. And now what I'm going to, on the first part, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it up. And I want to start adding some of the clear crystals from this nice stasher box that I just got with the dyed Jade and to finish it up. So that's what we're going to do. So you can just come up with like any pattern that you want. You know, these are really super easy to make, you guys. And, you know, they last a nice long time. Another really cool thing about memory wire bracelets is that they retain their shape. And, you know, if you're not familiar with memory wire, you know, it expands and contracts. I'm making up words now, guys. How do you like that? Oh, yeah. Click the link in the description box for a copy of Jen's dictionary. Hot off the press. Oh, I cannot, you guys. I cannot with myself. Anyway, the cool thing about memory wire, if you're not familiar, is that it expands, right, and contracts, and it holds its shape. And so they are really great bracelets to make because they fit everybody, right? You don't have to worry about sizing so much as we do when we're using our beading wire and clasps on our bracelets. So that's kind of a cool thing that I like about the memory wire, but they're also like really fun to wear and they're trendy. You know, everybody in every like age group really loves them. You know, that's what they're kind of ageless as well, like an ageless style that you can kind of appeal to the masses. And that's, you know, kind of another thing, you know, that I really like about the memory wire. So at any rate, so that's that. And so I'm just checking to see where I'm at here. So where did I leave off? Right there. I'm just pushing them down. So then I'm just trying to make it to where I have the crystals then showing on this last ring. These crystals, I want to just alternate now on the crystals. But what I'll do is, and this is another really cool thing, guys, is you can like put it on your wrist. And I do this all the time when I'm making memory wire bracelets, just to kind of sometimes see, you know, where my focal's gonna go. Sometimes I kind of just design them on the fly. You can use your bead board, you know, or your design mat, you know, and kind of pre-lay it out. But for memory wire, sometimes I like to just design them on the fly. Because I find that sometimes, you know, when you kind of design on the fly, that things kind of just turn out beautiful. You know, you don't always have to pre-plan, you know, everything. So at any rate, that is what I am doing. So basically now what I'm going to do is start with the crystals. So now I'm going to alternate the 8mm clear crystals because we did the orange on the other one, the coordinating bracelet to this. Now I'm going to do the clear, and I think it's just going to really give this really cool balance. It's going to give this a really cool, unique look. And, you know, so it's not so peachy or it's not so orange. It's just, I'm kind of just toning down the dyed Jade a little bit by putting some of this clear in here. So it's kind of fun idea, you know, but I also, you know, believe you me, I love some bright. I love bright as well. So sometimes I'm going for a really bright look. Sometimes I'm going for a tone down. So this is kind of somewhere in the middle. I think we got a happy medium with this guy. And again, if you're new to making memory wire bracelets, I'm just feeding on my beads and my desired pattern. And you can really use any beads to put a memory bracelet together. It's just really dependent upon the size of your memory wire. This is a much thicker gauge. Um, but yeah, um, you can use any beads and really, you know, any style, any design, you know, that's just kind of the beauty of it. Memory wire bracelets, again, they're really super trendy. They're super easy to make. You don't have to use, you know, really anything but your imagination to put them together. So they're really fun. So that's what we have. So that's really cool, right? So we've got those little AB spacers and the transparent on the bottom, and then the transparent clear AB rondelles up on the top. Now that is just cool as a cucumber. That looks so pretty. So now what I'm going to do, before I finish that off, because I just have my last two little beads here. I started this one, by the way, with just two of the little clear 80 seeds. I'm going to finish it the same way. And so I'm just going to try it on really quick just to make sure it looks the way that I want it to look. And I might have to trim a little bit of that off, but we'll see. So that's what that looks like. I love it. That's so pretty. Oh my goodness. I'm just crazy about these beads. I'm loving them. Okay, so now I just ended with my two clear little seed beads here. And now what you do, guys, is you just grab your round nose to finish off your memory wire, and then you can put your memory wire at any part of the cone on your round nose, and that just depends on how big you want your loop to be. You can also use the one-step looper. I just thought about that. I just remembered. You can also use the one-step looper on your memory wire. It works on memory wire too. So I'm just taking and rounding that in. And again, you know, memory wire is a little stiffer, a little tougher to work with. But, you know, don't worry. Just keep working with your pliers, moving it forward, and eventually, you know, you'll get your loop, just like I did. And then if it's not quite closed, that's fine. We'll just go in with our chain nose on this thicker memory wire, and we're just going to give it a nice squeeze, and it's going to close that up for us. These beads aren't going, I mean, these beads are big, and that's just a tiny little gap, so we're not really worried about the beads falling off. What I like to do, though, is I just like to try to make sure that that's as good as I can get it. Now that's much better. So you see there how that loop is pretty much touching the inside of the other side of the memory wire. And the reason I like to do that is just because I don't like it to catch on anybody's clothes or anything like that. And then, of course, if it's, you know, a little off-centered or bent in the process, which that tends to happen, that's totally normal, just go in with your chain nose and, you know, just put it around your loop and, you know, just bend it a little bit. Again, as I said, the memory wire is a little bit more difficult to manipulate, but not impossible. And it will, like, it'll retain its shape. However, you can, you know, work with it a little bit. It should not give you too hard of a time if you need to straighten out your loops there, like I just did. And so that's what we have. So let me try them on and show you guys. Oh my gosh, these are so pretty. Quick little project again, and they're also like really, they're not hard, and they're also really fast. So that's the first one. So this is, I'm gonna put this, you know, with the together with the intention, like I said, of wearing it stacked like that. Look at this, you guys. Oh, can you? I mean,